Hi guys, it's 8 o'clock, so I'm going to start the class on time. For those of you that are joining tonight, this is a class on essential oils for pain and inflammation. So for those of you that don't know me, my name is Amanda Mancini. I am a fitness trainer. I'm an online personal trainer and coach, health coach, and I'm passionate about helping people with their health and wellness. So tonight, the reason why I wanted to do this class on essential oils for pain and inflammation is because in my job, my everyday job, training people and helping clients and people, manage their health and wellness, people are in pain. It's a chronic thing for a lot of people. They have back pain, shoulder pain, knee pain, and it's something that I hear all the time and that I try to help my clients with and people that are in my life. So for those of you that are joining me tonight, I'm very happy. I see a lot of familiar names. So hi, Janine, and I see Lori and Amy and Elaine. So it's nice to see you guys or hear you guys. Okay, so I'm going to be respectful of everyone's time. I know that we all have kids and they're probably upstairs. Mine are upstairs right now. So I'm going to try to keep it short and to the point, and I'll make sure that we're done by 8:30. So it's 8:02 right now. If you have questions that you would like to ask, if you don't think of them now and you think of them later, you could post it on this video and I can answer it after the fact. But if you have a question during this class, feel free to post it and I'll try to address it. So I have my diffuser out here right now, so those of you that don't have a diffuser yet, I could definitely tell you how to get this particular one, but you can get them on Amazon. They're great. They're for aromatic use, which I'll explain soon. But tonight I have in here peppermint and wild orange, which is one of my favorite blends. It gives you a mental focus. It adds a really nice scent to the house, and I pretty much have my diffuser on all the time. So depending on what's going on in the house, if it's the morning, if it's the nighttime, I have different blends, going pretty much all the time. And we also have them in all the bedrooms. So I'm going to be referring to my notes, so forgive me for looking down, but I want to make sure that I don't forget anything. And I would encourage you to have a pen and paper handy as well. So what I would like to say before I start is that I wanted to make a medical disclaimer that I'm not a doctor. The information that I provide to you tonight is for informational purposes only, so don't make any medical decisions based on this information. So whatever your personal issues are or needs, always consult with your doctor, but essential oils can definitely help your body and support your body in doing what it's supposed to do to heal itself naturally. But don't, like I said, don't make any medical decisions based on this. You have to do your research, speak to your doctors, and do what's right for you. So first I wanted to say that basically the reason why I became involved in essential oils is because I wanted to have some control over the health and wellness for my family. I'm not a big fan of medication. I actually only use it when I absolutely have to. I do think that there is a time and a place for antibiotics and medications and things like that, but for on an everyday basis, for small ailments and things that can go on with the body and with your children, I think there is a natural remedy. And I don't like the side effects that come along with medication. I get very nervous about giving it to my children, so I try to avoid it as much as I can. And so this is why I looked into essential oils for myself and my family, and I've only had positive results. And I'll tell you a little bit about how they work, what they do, and I'm going to be focusing tonight on specific oils that might help you with certain pain and inflammation that you might have in your body. So it's basically, for me, a health revolution in my mind, that making changes so that you can avoid chronic disease and problems first and foremost with your health and nutrition, but then having something at your fingertips to help yourself and your family when you need it. So I've been using them more and more as I learn more and more about essential oils. So for today, for example, my son has like a scratchy throat. He's fighting off a cold. So normally I would be looking for Halls, or I would probably give him Advil or Tylenol to help with his pain in his throat. But tonight I just went to my oil box and I pulled out lemon oil, and I had him gargle with it, and it took away the scratchy feeling in the back of his throat, along with making tea and things like that. But these are some ways that you can incorporate it. So now on to your pain. So, if you think about the pain that you have, what is it that it's preventing you from doing? Is it preventing you from, doing the activities that you enjoy on a daily basis? Is it preventing you from sleeping properly, from performing your job, or enjoying everyday life? We all have certain kinds of pain that you might be dealing with. So, for my husband, for example, he's a terrible, really bad back, and his job is, he has a physical job, so his job, he needs to feel, his body has to feel good. So for him to have back pain, chronic back pain on a daily basis is really debilitating for his, not only for his job, but just his general enjoyment in his life. So I know a lot of you might have that same issue going on. I'm going to tell you what I've been doing with him. So what I want to do first is I'm sorry, I'm just looking at the messages. I'm trying to do two things at once. I want to address the 3 causes of your pain in general. It usually comes from trauma, which could be, God forbid, like, getting into an accident or falling and hurting yourself. So that's the first one. The second one are the toxins that are in our food, in the environment, in medical medicines and prescriptions you might be taking. And the third one is stress. And these things can build up over time, and they can cause inflammation in the body. And so a lot of times with trauma, you don't have control over that. That's something you get injured, and you have to deal with the situation. So I can definitely help you with some ideas if you scrape your knee, or you fall, or you have a bruise or a sprain or a strain, something like that. But medications and like toxins and things that are in food, anything that's synthetic, your body's going to look at it as a foreign substance. So that's why it causes side effects. And it can affect things like your liver and other organs. So taking medication long term can be a problem for your body. So when you see people have chronic pain and every day they're taking Advil or Tylenol, it's really not very good for your system to do that on a regular basis. So you want to have an alternative, something that might help you feel a little bit better. Anything that could be natural, that you don't have to stress your other things going on in your body is a great thing for me, or at least I think so. So, and the third one I want to mention was stress, which we all have, and it's just this like random word that's floating around all the time. But today we do have a lot of stress, and I think people just experience stress in life because that's just your life in general. But when you have too much stress in your life and things that need to change, and maybe right now they're not changing, it could be a sick relative, it could be a job that you hate, it could be issues with your children, or anything. It could be a bad relationship. These things could cause stress and cause chronic disease, and those things come up over time. It could cause autoimmune problems, just general pain in your body, muscle tension, tightness, back problems. You wouldn't think that these things are caused by stress, but they are. Stomach issues, hormonal imbalances, high blood pressure, heart disease, diabetes, and cancer. So all those things are directly or indirectly related to long-term stress. So you want to try to think about ways that you can reduce that. Might be making some changes in your life. But with your nutrition, a lot of chronic pain and inflammation can be reduced with changes to your diet. And I don't want to get into that tonight because it's not the focus of the class. But if you're dealing with chronic inflammation and you would like to talk to me more about that, you can just send me a message on Facebook, or I'll give you my email address, and I'd be glad to help you with that. So basically, essential oils can help the body reduce inflammation naturally and support your body's natural healing ability. So that's what they do. They help your body do what they're supposed to do. A lot of people have no idea what essential oils are. They might see the bottle, but they really don't know what this liquid inside is. So the definition for you in straight is they're naturally occurring compounds found in the stems, bark, seeds, and roots of plants. They protect the plant from environmental threats. So that's what so if you have let's just say peppermint oil, and I'm trying to look for it here, not that it matters, but for example, peppermint oil. The oil from the peppermint plant, 1 drop of oil in here is equivalent to 28 cups of peppermint tea. So it's extremely powerful, and they have many healing properties, such as helping your body regenerate damaged tissues and cells, decrease inflammation, and improve overall immune function. So the drops that are contained in one bottle here can not only last you a long time, but they can do so many different things. They're not just for one thing. So certain oils will help for certain issues you might have going on in your body. What's great about essential oils is they're safe and they're completely natural and they're extremely powerful. So you only need a few drops for them to work. They can be used in 3 different ways. So the first way we use them is called aromatically, which is either in a diffuser, and if you're not sure what this is, I mentioned it in the beginning, but basically you fill the diffuser with some water, and then based on what issues you might be having, or not even issues, what mood or emotion you want to come out, you would put certain oils in here. And you only need about 4 to 8 drops total for this diffuser to run for about 4, this one I think is like 4 hours. So these are great, and it helps your body, feel whatever it's supposed to feel. So for example, tonight I wanted to be on, like I want to be alert. So citrus oils will uplift your mood, and peppermint will help you focus. So those 2 oils together are really helpful in a diffuser. But you can also use all of these oils topically, which is the second way. The second way is the topical application, and the third way is internally. So based on what you need it for, and when we're talking about pain and inflammation, we're going to be talking mostly about topical. You can use them in all different ways. So I use grapefruit oil internally because it helps with maintaining sugar levels, stabilizing them. It helps with appetite control. So you could put like grapefruit oil right into your water. Citrus oils are great for that. Some people put like ginger oil in their tea if you want to make ginger tea, but you don't have ginger in the house and you don't feel like peeling it. So they can be used internally depending on the oil. You're not using ginger, not ginger. You're not using all the oils internally, but you will be able to use a lot of them. So going forward, I'm going to talk about some of the oils that would be good for pain and inflammation. I'll explain why. But before I do that, when you're using the oils topically, if you're using them on a child, you always want to dilute them. And what I mean by dilution is that you can use any carrier oil, which what that means is an oil that could be almond oil, it could be olive oil, but we usually use fractionated coconut oil. And when I say fractionated, it means that it's in its liquid state all the time. So when you use a carrier oil with your essential oils, you would prevent skin sensitivity. So for a child, or an elderly person, or somebody that has very sensitive skin, we recommend that you dilute it, and I can give you the dimensions of that. But generally, most of the oils can be applied directly to the skin, depending on if you're using a quality oil, which I'll explain at the end what that is, then you can feel safe knowing that this cannot harm your body. But if you're not sure about the quality of the oil, I would tell you to not use it without a carrier oil. Okay, so any questions so far? Like I mentioned, please feel free to post, but now I would definitely have your papers out if you're dealing with any pain and inflammation. You want to remember which ones we're talking about. And when we're done with this, I'm going to post, I have a sheet that explains which oils are for what, because sometimes you might not remember all of these, of course, but there's more than the ones I'm going to show you. So I'm just showing you right now about 10 oils that I think are my top picks, or 8, I think, and there are more. So depending on your pain, you might want to look at those. So my very first oil, and I wish you guys were in person because you're missing out on the in-person smelling of the oils. That's the best part. But considering that we're all in front of the computer, there's nothing I could do about that. So my top favorite oil for pain and inflammation would be lavender, which I know is probably one of the most popular oils. It is a very universal oil. So it does so many different things. It has over 200 compounds, which means that the uses for lavender oil are endless. So I burned my finger. You can see this today. I have lavender oil on it. It heals any skin issues you can imagine, but that's not what we're talking about today, but it does heal inflammation, I should say. So lavender oil is anti-inflammatory, antifungal, antibacterial, an antidepressant, anti-spasmodic, which means if you have a muscle that's like spasming, you'll want to use that. And so basically it relaxes sore and aching muscles and joints. It's very calming to the body. It has a calming effect on the body, helps your body deal with stress, anxiety, tension, headaches, insomnia, restlessness, acne, sprains, sunburn, soreness, any muscle soreness you have, eczema. And you can put 2 to 3 drops of this on your skin. Right on the skin. You could put it right on your sore muscles. You can diffuse it as a compress, which means if you're super sore somewhere or you have something going on, put a couple of drops on a compress, a hot compress or warm, and apply it to the skin. And that heat is going to intensify the effect of it. You can also put it on sore muscles before you stretch. If you have trouble sleeping, you could spray a little bit on your pillow at night, or just put a couple of drops on your pillow at night, and it will help you your body to relax. So this is my number 1 oil that I would suggest that you have. I mean, I use this literally every single day, whether it's in my diffuser. I'm checking the time. Whether it's in my diffuser or it's on my body, it's all day, every day. So this would be my number 1 pick, and it's a great oil just to have in the house for multiple things. All right, the second one, which I picked up already, another one of my absolute favorites, and I use this every single day, is peppermint oil. So it's another great universal oil, and it's great for pain because it has a cooling effect on the body. So if you've ever put on, not that you put it on, but if you've ever had like a, what do you call it? I'm having like a fog for a second. I'm going to skip over that. I'll come back. But it reduces muscle spasms, tension in the head and neck, headaches, increased blood flow to the area of injury, nausea. It helps with nausea, and it has digestion benefits. It also boosts energy, clears your respiratory tract, improves mental clarity, relieves sinus issues and congestion. So as far as pain and inflammation goes, if you have any pain going on anywhere in your body, you can massage it right to that area, and it's going to cool off whatever's going on there. It's going to ease the tension. And if you want to combine it with lavender, you could do 2 to 3 drops of each on whatever area of pain you're having, and you're going to feel immediate relief. So just so you know, with essential oils, it takes about 20 seconds for them to get to pretty much every cell in your body. So you'll feel immediate relief. And I could say from experience with this one, I think I probably told some of you the story, but when I was on vacation, we had gone on a very bumpy Jeep tour, and we had a seatbelt around the stomach, and for 4 hours we were on this tour, and when I got off, I thought my organs were like gonna, come out of my body. So I was very, very uncomfortable. So I just took peppermint oil, and I was glad I brought it with me, and I rubbed it on my abdomen, and literally within seconds I felt relief. So I carry this everywhere with me. Any kind of pain you have, you can use it on a child, and again, diffuse it. So let me see if I missed anything. For the tension, the head and neck, and headaches, this is a big one. Peppermint oil will help your headaches. You can put it right on the temples of your head, your pulse points back here, or the back of your neck. Okay, so it's great for all of those things. I love this oil. So that's number 2. Okay, any questions? Oh, we have somebody that said peppermint took my headache right away, so that's great. Yeah, I swear by this oil. It's probably one of the most used oils that I have in the house. So I buy a few bottles at one time. And for migraines also. So if you suffer from migraines, absolutely. Number 3, which a lot of you might not have had access to yet, or have purchased it, it's called Wintergreen. So Wintergreen is an all-natural pain reliever. It has a compound in it that's similar to aspirin. So it's a great oil to have if you have pain. It's anti-inflammatory. It soothes the muscles, and it has a warming sensation on the skin. So you have peppermint giving you a cooling sensation, then you have wintergreen giving you a warming sensation. So it has a lot of anti-arthritic properties. So if you suffer from arthritis, this is something you really want to have in your, I don't want to call it medicine cabinet, but wherever you're keeping your remedies, I would keep this. So it helps with tension in the head and neck. If you have any muscle cramping, you can apply it directly to that area. So it might be, your calves if you did too much running one day. If you have back problems, it's great for any bone pain. So if you have bone spurs, and this is something that helps me a lot with, I have a heel spur. So I literally will put this right on it and I can go running. And there are days when that bone spur or heel spur will put me out of commission. So immediate relief, I'm able to get through the run, and I can't say enough good things about this one. So I see lavender for sleep. Yes, people commenting. Lavender is great for so many things, and sleep is a big thing. So just so you know, if you're having chronic pain and you can't sleep, your body is not going to be able to heal and regenerate itself the way it needs to. So if you're dealing with pain and then sleep issues, they're very, very connected. So you might want to have it just for that purpose alone. And again, you put the diffuser right next to your bed about 30 minutes before you go to sleep, and put the lavender in there, and so that you're starting to feel the benefits of the relaxation that you'll get from the lavender. Okay, number 4, which is probably one of the most important oils that you would come into contact with. It's called frankincense. It's the holy oil. If you've been to church, you're probably familiar with frankincense. It's considered the king of essential oils. It communicates to the DNA of the cell and helps the cell heal. So there's a saying that everyone says that when in doubt, use frankincense. And the reason why is because it pretty much will do everything that you need it to do. It's the strongest oil for pain. It promotes healthy cellular function. It's an excellent pain reliever. Helps with overall well-being, stress, anxiety, depression. Promotes feelings of peace and relaxation. It also has anti-aging properties. So whatever pain you're having, you can use lavender, you can use peppermint, and we'll go through a few of them. It doesn't matter what pain you have, apply frankincense on top of, or as the first oil or the second oil that you're using. I use this also every single day. I use it for my skin at night. It repairs scars, wrinkles, it regenerates skin. I put it everywhere on my face. And if you have stretch marks, it keeps going. So this is something you might want to invest in. And again, it's for pain. It's one of the top ones that I would consider in my pain protocol. Okay. Next one is cypress. Okay, so cypress is an amazing oil for anything bone related. So it helps with anything related to the skeletal system. So if you're dealing with broken bones, bone spurs, arthritis, any kind of degeneration of the joints, you'll want to have cypress on on that area. So if you're dealing with a bunion, I'm trying to think of other things. What happens is when you have your skeletal system starting to change, maybe you broke a bone in your body, or you might have like a bunion or something. Your body is compensating for the stress that was placed on the bone structure. So this helps that regenerate. So whatever you're dealing with, if it's a stress fracture from running, you'll apply cypress to that area, and you can add in wintergreen. And there's a couple of them. I have it all spelled out for you here, but off the top of my head, like wintergreen, cypress, and frankincense on an area where you're trying to regenerate tissue is going to help your body heal itself. And these are things that I don't know of any medications that could do that. I'm watching the time. Okay, so this is a great one to have. Next one, and we're getting close to the end now, is marjoram. So if you've never heard of this, marjoram helps muscles relax. It helps muscles that are in spasm, and it basically calms everything down. It helps with muscle stiffness, strains, aches, and discomfort. So this is an awesome oil to have. I know a lot of people might not have heard of this or not sure what it does, but it's really important to use this in your pain protocol. This is a great one for pretty much everything. You want your body to relax so your body can heal itself. If you're constantly tensed up and that area is in pain, it's preventing the healing process from happening. Okay, the next one is lemongrass, which is a muscle relaxer. So it helps improve blood circulation and can help relieve muscle spasms, back aches, sprains, and cramps. So when you have an injury, you want to bring blood flow to the area so it can start healing. So if you have like Achilles tendonitis, or you have some kind of bursitis going on, anywhere that there's not enough blood flow going on, it's a hard place to heal. So like I said, I've suffered from Achilles tendonitis, and it takes forever to heal because there's not a lot of blood flow in that area. So you'll definitely want to invest in this if you need if you have any of those issues. So again, it's muscle spasms, back aches, like any kind of back pain, sprains, and cramps. So before I go further, these oils, you can use more than one to help your pain. So I mentioned a lot already. You can take the ones that you think your body requires for whatever pain you have, and you can do what we call like a layering technique. So how I do it, and I don't want to jump ahead of myself, I actually have one more to tell you about, but I'll just tell you quick before I go further. Lemongrass for tendonitis. Yeah, it's for muscle, anything spasming. It helps the muscle relax. So it's good for pretty much across the board, but I would recommend it for tendonitis, sprains, cramps, spasms, backaches. But if you want specifics, like I said, I'm going to have it all written out so you can kind of look for your issues, and I'll tell you which 3 oils would be best for that problem. And you mix it with the moisturizer. Which one? The Aline. Okay, it's coming through. Lemongrass diffuse is great. These things, again, can be used aromatically. So we're talking mostly for pain on the body, but you can also diffuse all of them. And again, it's the emotional and physical parts of yourself are very connected, I feel like. So when you smell something that's making your body relax, it's helping your whole body do that, what you want it to do, which is to relax. Oh, she was talking about frankincense. Right. Okay, so, yeah, that's great for, I see it. It's okay, frankincense is C-E-N-S-E. Okay, so we're getting to, I forgot what I was saying. Oh, with the oils, you can layer them. So what I do, for example, with my husband, he has a bad back. So you put some coconut oil on the area first. Well, that's what I do. And then I do like 3 drops down the spine. And then based on, we have like a pain protocol that we're following, and it's a series of 8 different oils, which I will post on here as well. It's a YouTube video that we found extremely helpful. And this particular man, he's a chiropractor, he's a doctor. He had prescribed like 8 oils in a row, and that you put them on in order. And after doing that for 90 days, a 90-day protocol, he felt unbelievable relief, and so did a lot of his patients. So we've been doing that as well. I've had testimonies from people saying that it's actually working for them as well, and I'd be happy to share that with you. Okay, so I gave you a bunch of oils here, but the best thing for most people is across the board is a blend. And the reason why is because a blend like this one, it's called Deep Blue. It's our favorite oil. It contains not all of them, but a lot of the oils that are necessary for your body to help heal itself. So in this particular one, you have wintergreen, peppermint, camphor, lang lang, which is another oil, Hellas Chrism, blue tansy, German chamomile, and I can't read the last name there. I don't know what that one is. But in any case, this oil is amazing for any kind of pain. So this is something that, it's a soothing blend. It helps with acute and chronic pain. It can be used before and after exercise. You can use it on growing bones for kids, and it helps with overall inflammation of the body. So this is my top pick for oils for pain. So if you had to pick one thing and you can't get all of these oils that I mentioned to you, even if you can only get 1 or 2 of these and then add this in, this is going to be something that you're going to use daily. So it comes in an actual oil form like this. It comes in a lotion, which is really portable for people to take with you. So if you're dealing with any kind of shoulder pain or back pain and you just want to feel good within seconds, it's, if you're using BioFreeze, which is like chemicals, you can replace that with this. It's amazing. It really does work. And the way I intensify the effects of this is I will use Deep Blue, which is this. They also make it in a roller blend, which means it's already diluted. So when you get it in this form here, it's not diluted, and you can apply it directly to your skin. But if you don't want to, if it's not as easy to carry around because it's, if you look at the top, it could come out and you'll use too much, let's just say. But with this, you have what we call a roller bottle. So if you're not familiar with these things, it's already diluted, and you basically apply it to wherever you have pain. So I have neck pain all the time. So before I work out, I'll put it on my neck like this, And I'll tell you, within seconds, I don't feel it anymore. And if I don't have it with me, I'm always sorry I didn't bring it. But it's very portable. Any kind of pain you're having on your back and heel, you could just put it on. You don't have to worry about, going on your hands and spilling off and whatever. So the best way to use this is to take this, roll it on your body, and then layer it with this one, and you're going to be feeling like $1 million. And it's great. You can't overdose on these things. With certain other products that are synthetic, you could overdose, and you don't want that to happen. So I want to kind of bring this to the end because I don't want to keep you guys too long. It's 8:30. I have any suggestions for relief of burning feet from neuropathy? I actually do have that. I'm going to get back to you with that, Lori, because my dad has that. And I made a blend for him, and off the top of my head, I can't remember what's in it, but I do believe Deep Blue is in that blend that I made for him. And he actually called me out of the clear blue, and he couldn't believe, he said he had about almost like 80% relief within a couple of days. And now he says he doesn't even feel it anymore, and he was suffering terribly with it. So I will definitely get back to you on that. Okay, so the oils that you decide to use depends on the type of pain that you're having. So normally a blend is a great way to go, but you can also start with a couple of oils. You don't have to start with all of these all at once. You might find that lavender is great for you and that you don't need anything else. So you might feel like Deep Blue is all you need, and that's fine. So, do your research and experiments on yourself and see if it helps you. You can use these multiple times a day. So for an acute problem, you can use it. I would use it every 15 to 30 minutes. If you bang your knee on the side of the bed or your shin, you don't have to hobble around the house and scream. You could go and get your oils, and every 15 to 30 minutes until you feel your pain go away, you would use them. So going into why do I use doTERRA's oils, which is the ones I'm showing you here. There are a ton of oil companies out there, but I did my research when I was first looking at oils for myself and my family. So what I found out is that not all oils are created equal. There are no industry regulations to test for the quality or purity of the oils. In the stores, you'll find synthetic oils, diluted oils that have impurities, pesticides, and other toxins. A lot of the oils are rancid, and when they are like this, you're not going to know it by. I mean, I can tell the difference now, but a person that never had experience with oils wouldn't know. But these oils are not pure and they're not effective. So they also contain contaminants that can cause sensitivity and should not be taken internally. So with doTERRA's oils, we have a label on it. We have basically the gold standard for essential oils, and we're the largest essential oil company in the entire world. Okay, so our oils have a label on it. I don't know if you can see it, but it says certified pure therapeutic grade right there. Okay, and what that means is that these oils have been rigorously tested. They've gone through extensive testing to make sure that they are 100% pure and that they're free from all contaminants and fillers. So you can use these oils internally because of this reason, and you can apply it undiluted to your skin for this reason. But if you go into a store and you see on the side of the bottle and it says do not use undiluted on skin, or do not take internally, do not ingest, that's a key right there that that's not a real oil. Generally, with certain things, you have to remember you kind of get what you pay for with mostly everything. And so if you see something like frankincense for like $4 in Wawa, it's not a real oil. Frankincense is, it's harder to source. Depending on the oil, it's harder, to get it the way they need it to be, to put it in this bottle, and you're just not going to find it for that, low of a price for a real oil. So if anybody has any questions, I'm looking now to see if I see anything. Let me know. But what I would like to tell you is if you want more information, you can message me on Facebook, or you can email me at amanda@purefitwomen.fit, F-I-T, okay? And I can help you with that. And I can tell you how to order. I'm going to put it on here if there's anything that you want to order that you want already. But if you need help and you want some feedback, I'd be happy to give you some advice with that. And if somebody shared this video with you, just reach back to them and they can help you either get started with the oils or give you the information that you need. And you can start wherever you're at with it. If you want it for your family, you want it for yourself. It's a whole world. So at first, when I first looked into the oils, I was like overwhelmed because I said, oh my God, we have all these things here. I don't know what to do with this. And, you know, I don't know what this does and I'm not going to remember anything. What I can tell you is, you know, after all this time now that I'm doing this, I'm starting to remember a lot of things. And I know, like, as soon as my children have something that they need, I pull out something. And I even have my kids doing it. My daughter had a headache and she made herself headache blends in a roller bottle. So if you're not familiar with how to use these, they're very, very easy. So if you're making yourself, I'm going to cut this off in a minute because I don't want to go overboard, but if you're making yourself a blend, so for example, based on our conversation tonight, let's just say you want to make a blend for yourself of peppermint and lavender. You would take generally 20 drops into a bottle, a 10 milliliter bottle. You can get these on Amazon. You can get them, find them in stores, but you'll pay more money. I think Bed Bath & Beyond had them as well. But you would take 10 drops of peppermint, 10 drops of lavender, and these things come off here. You just pull off the top, and you put the 10 drops of each in, and then these come with a dropper, usually, well, at least mine did. And you drop the coconut oil in there, you fill it up to about there, you put the cap on, and now you have yourself a convenient roller that you can take with you. And let's just say peppermint and lavender is for your pain, but it's also going to help somebody that has a headache, and it's also going to help an allergy problem. It's going to help you know, somebody relax with the lavender in it. If you're driving and you know you have something going on with your allergies or a stuffy nose, you could put it right over on your what do you call these things? Your sinuses. All right, so these things are great. I buy them by the box. And you make yourself different blends based on what is ailing you or what you need. So you'll see that after a while, you and your family will be using them all the time. My kids use it. My daughter, like I said, she knows exactly what she's doing right now. I could have her do this video for me if I wanted. And yeah, I even had somebody just post, my husband carries a roller bottle with a hand sanitizer. So we have a hand sanitizer. You don't have to use like the chemicals that are in those alcohol hand sanitizers. Are really not good for you. You can put that in a roller. They come in spray bottles. So it's an endless, you know, there's endless options for you. And you have to start with kind of your low-hanging fruit because there's a lot to it. So I want to thank you all for your time. I hope that this was helpful for you. And like I said, if you have questions, you can post them on this video. If you know people that would benefit from this, feel free to share the video with them and just, you know, reach back to me or to you, and I'd be happy to help you answer questions and get you started if you're not sure how to do that. All right. Thank you very much and have a good night. All right.